And people, the Central Bank of Liberia say they're ready to give all the new money, yeah? They're ready to put the new money on.
What we mean by new Liberian money same value? What do you mean?
There's a new money, but the same value as the old money, no different rate.
Very good. Clap for the man. Your clap, man. Clap for Eugene. Very good.
The National Commission on Disabilities was established in 2005 with the mandate to handle the general welfare and education of persons with disabilities in Liberia. March 30, 2007, Liberia became a signatory to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The convention is designed to uphold the rights and dignity of people with disabilities. It has been 15 years since Liberia became a signatory to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, but Liberia is yet to truly fulfill the intent of the convention. In Liberia, people with disability, particularly hearing and speech impaired citizens, are often ignored or forgotten in society. The hearing and speech impaired have so much to contribute, but they are often left out of issues of national concern. So the team of our known people-to-people platform, The Dialogue, decided to change the narrative and hosted the first public dialogue engagement on the new Liberian dollar banknotes with the hearing and speech impaired community.
This morning from the National Commission on Disabilities, we are happy to come in continuation of our special sessions of the Money Awareness, Central Bank of Liberia, LMDR Money Awareness program across the country. We are glad to come here. Today is the second and special editions in the second for people with disability. This one is focused on the deaf people in Liberia.
The forum began with Liberia's national anthem. Madam Taweh Johnson, Executive Director of the National Commission on Disabilities, welcomed the audience.
Welcome the officials of the Central Bank of Liberia, and LMDR, my big brother and father, and also Taweh and everyone, member of the Fourth Estate, all staff and fellow executive of the Commission on Disability. I want to say you are all welcome. To the deaf community, you have been our heartbeat, and we are very glad that this awareness targeted specifically the deaf today. When the issue of the new money came about, many of us who hear, including the visually impaired, we heard a lot about it. But when it comes to information sharing among the deaf, except they are with organization or persons with disability, and we are talking about this, that's the only way to get it. So for LMDR to bring Central Bank of Liberia to us today, we are sincerely happy, and we appreciate this opportunity.
Mr. John Colley, Executive Director of the Liberia Media for Democratic Initiatives, told the audience who influenced the gathering.
Taweh Johnson actually made us to come here. I kept asking, what is your interest? He said, but how can you go to blind people, then you can't go to the people who can't talk? So we got to go there. Taweh here did that. And so I want you to clap for him. Very, very good.
Taweh Johnson, consultant of the LMDI, had this to say.
Thank you, Chief, for granting my request, and I'm happy. I remember a few months ago, we had this conversation, and I told him, I said, Chief, the visually impaired community is just a fragment of the disabled community. He said, what does that mean? I said, Chief, because we met with the visually impaired people does not mean we have met with the disability community. The people who have hearing and speech impairment also have a say when it comes to national decision-making processes. He said, oh, that makes sense, but let's think about that. So we planned it before we came here, and then it was not possible. So we had to plan it again. I kept insisting. I said, Chief, we have to do this. He said, okay, let's do it. And I'm glad that we have you here. It is my prayer that you will take this information and pass it on to people in your community, people who are not here, so that this message is disseminated. Thank you, Chief.
Here comes the interaction with the hearing and speech impaired community. Members of this community had many questions and concerns regarding the new Liberian dollar banknotes.
I'm Eugene Wisse. I want to know the difference between the false money and the real money. Because they have counterfeit. And she have not seen 1,000. She have not seen it. She have not seen it at all. Only the 500 in confusion. So now when 1,000 come.
Mr. William Taweh, official of the Central Bank of Liberia, responded to the many questions and concerns.
The $5 and the $10, they are in coins. Before we have papers. We have paper 5 and we have paper 10. But this time around, we're introducing coins. The reason is simple. You see the $5 and the $10, they are the smaller denomination and they can pass around quickly, easily, most of the time, most often that they want people trade with the 5 and 10. So for that reason, they get damaged quicker. You understand? And to print money is very, very costly. It costs the government a whole lot of money. So we say, look, let's change the $5 and $10 paper to coin. And coin lasts for 15 years or more. You see here, we call it the security thread. The security thread on the money. In that security thread, when you take the money, you hold it to you that day. You hold it to you that day, and then you do it that day. You take it. You do it that day. You will see in that thread there will be some movement. You will see some movement in that thread, or there will be change of color. Some denomination you will see the color will change. Some denomination you will see that the star that will be going up and down. That's the first level there, so the security thread.
Mr. Joshua Bull, Deputy Director for Technical Services at the National Commission on Disabilities, thanked the LMDI and CBL for coming to inform the hearing and speech impaired community about the features of the new Liberian dollar banknotes.
Thanks very much for coming. And to all of us, what we discuss here, we should go out and show it. It's good. That is why those people have explained the different denomination of the money for you to know. So that's why the man, he came out here and explained about our money. And you saw the different denomination. You were able to ask questions. So you have stayed long, and now everybody satisfied and understood the difference. That's why they have explained. We tell you, thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We therefore call on all public and private institutions to include people with disability, particularly hearing and speech impaired citizens, into all undertakings and endeavors. Taweh Johnson, LMDI, and partner network of radios across Liberia, Weddy Town, Peace Community, Kirisburg, Liberia.
And people, the Central Bank of Liberia say, you ready to get all the new money, yeah? You ready to put the new money outside.